Guys, we're just going to walk out there.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Please direct your attention to the middle of the field. The Tiger Touchdown Club, along with the Mamaroneck Union Free School District, and quite frankly, the entire Mamaroneck, forgive me, this microphone's difficult, Mamaroneck community is dedicating this football home opener to the members of our community who have suffered. We would also like to recognize the valiant first responders who have worked tirelessly to help our community recover the devastating floods. Tonight, we have representatives from the police, EMS, and Department of Public Works on the field behind me. The fire department couldn't be here because they're working too hard, but we'd also like to recognize them. One more round of applause. We also have a special guest, Durandi Martinez, to my right. She's the executive director of the Community Resource Center, located in Mamaroneck. Durandi is here to present the displaced family and share some insight about the CRC is doing. Durandi, the mic is yours.
Welcome, thank you so much to everyone here on behalf of all of the community members who have been impacted by Tropical Storm Ida. This is Mamaroneck. This. So thank you for showing us a great honor in thanking the people who saved lives and also the coalition members, community-based organizations that will help people recover from from this fund. I want to give my deepest and most heartfelt thank you for standing with us in this really difficult time. This is all of us, Mamaroneck together. And as a Mamaroneck student myself, have never been more proud of my school district and our team. Thank you.
Please note, we're raising money this evening for Durandi and the CRC. You can give in a few ways. You may have noticed that at each entrance, there are posters. Those posters have a QR code you can scan with your phone. In addition, we're selling Mamaroneck Strong t-shirts and car stickers. Lastly, there are many district teachers in the stands with buckets. Consider dropping cash in those buckets. No donation is too small. On short notice, we were only allotted a small amount of Mamaroneck Strong t-shirts. We'll have more next week in future games. On the eve of 9/11, we ask now that you bow your head in a moment of silence. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please stand and direct your attention to the American flag for our national anthem. In the work of Ed Ozier, go top.
Good evening, gentlemen, and welcome to Mamaroneck on the campus of high school for our section seasonal football between the visitor, the Yonkers, and your home, Mamaroneck Tigers. Assistant for John Cunningham, Joseph Body, Ian Novia Benitez, Raymond Bunn, Eli Johnson, and your head, Victor Yap. Assistant for the Tigers, Coach Dick, Justin Watson, Peter, James Taylor, Steve Boyer, and Captain Hunt. And the head coach, Coach Anthony.
okay? Do you have a ball you like to kill? Doesn't matter? Okay, so we fine. Just make sure Jason and Alex, make sure we know that. Yeah, so let's pick it up. See, you guys should hold the T in the block too. So if you guys got to watch the game, there's a kicking team.
Tiger captains, number 5, Jason Cox. Number 58, Booten. Number 14, Fleming. Number 51, Matt Summer. And number 2, Will Neros. Tigers rules. It is Mamaroneck High School, Team 1, and the New York Public High School Clinical Center to have tonight's game contested sportsman atmosphere. The official tolerate the sportsmanlike conduct from the play. We ask fans to help us reach our objective by conducting this in a sportsman and respectful. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Enjoy the game.
Let's go, man. Take us out, man. On the right. Second and 3. Second and 3. 1, 2, 3.
Official. Gregory Act. Daniela. Hugh Nowles. Joseph and Richard Ernest.
Welcome into another telecast of LMC Varsity Sports. I'm Troy McGraw. We are here at Mamaroneck High School for our first fall sports game of the season after those pregame ceremonies to honor all the destruction here in Mamaroneck. They and the cops and the police and the EMTs that were all honored before the game. So we're starting a couple minutes late, but it's 6:07. The Yonkers Brave will kick off first to Mamaroneck as here on the eve of the 20th anniversary of 9/11 here at Mamaroneck High School, and it'll be a squib kick, a short kick. Mamaroneck will pick it up at their own 20, and good defense by Yonkers Brave, and they'll bring them down at the 35. It'll be a DJ Castarella who picked it up before the long men, and Castarella has a 15-yard return, and we'll get our first look at new quarterback Jason Cox Jr. for Mamaroneck as he replaces Grant Malice. Tigers played in the spring, so did the Yonkers Brave, and this will be their first fall game since 2019 for both schools. So last year was a spring season. No playoffs either. Cox gets it, fakes the handoff, he's on the option, and he'll go for a gain of 7 yards to the 42. Faked out the Brave there, and Cox kept it after faking it to the running back. Now it's Damari Hamilton, but I think on that play it was Rhett Chambers. So second, it actually gave him an extra yard. 2nd and 2 from their own 43, second play of the game. It went out of bounds, so the clock stopped, so we're at 11:44. And the pass is complete. First pass of the game complete, and going to the outside and getting 20 yards as he went from his 42 to the Yonkers Brave 42 was number 7, Nicholas Obregon. So first pass from Jason Cox is complete. It was a short one, and Obregon took it 20 yards, and it's 1st and 10 from the Yonkers Brave 44 is where they'll spot it. Caught, and good tackle by the Brave. That was number 5 and 6, and Joel Ovales and Angel Sparrow. And Angel Sparrow is hurt. So he is hurt, and he's on the ground, and the Mamaroneck trainer will come out and look at Angel Sparrow. We'll be right back here on LMC Varsity Sports. 40 seconds gone by in this opener here at Mamaroneck.
Larchmont Mamaroneck, this is your media center. Live mobile production van. In-studio recording. Podcasting. Social media. In your schools. Watching your government. With your neighbors. LMC Media. Building community through media.
Did you know you can watch LMC Media on your Apple TV in full high definition? Go to the App Store and search for ScreenWeave. Install the Cablecast ScreenWeave channel. Look for the green icon. Open the channel, scroll to LMC Media, and press OK. Your device will remember your selection in the future. From within the app, you can watch all 3 of LMC's channels live. Or check out municipal and school board meetings, varsity sports, and more on demand.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, good to see Angel Sparrow, who had the tackle on that loss of 1 on that catch by Mamaroneck's Nicholas Obergon. Came off the field and was able to walk on his own, and that'll be a run for the Tigers, and he'll score a touchdown. That'll be Damari Hamilton, first carry for Hamilton of the season, and he scores 45 yards, and he was off through the races, and he was untouched. 45-yard touchdown for Damari Hamilton, and 55 seconds into the first quarter, the Tigers lead 6-0. Damari Hamilton did not get touched. He looked like a sprinter running there. Almost so fast that didn't have time to call it. 45-yard touchdown run, his first run of the season, as that was the first time he touched the ball. About the 4th or 5th play of the game, 5th maybe. Extra point will be attempted here by Daniel Day. I think the 5th play of the game that was. And Day's extra point is good. 7-0 Tigers. As the Tigers lead 7-0. And we'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports.
Do you need space for a meeting, conference, or presentation?
LMC Media has what you need.
Our 768 square foot studio space is ideal for many types of productions, readings, recitals, rehearsals, and workshops. The space has video recording capability, as well as daylight temperature lighting, green screen, and stage. 2 additional rooms at 208 and 156 square feet can be used for any of your needs. Auditions, meetings, classes, workshops, one-on-one instructions, and more. Both rooms feature video monitors with Chromecasting capability.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, Mamaroneck's up 7-0. They'll kick off, and we'll get to see Yonkers Brave offense come onto the field for the first time. And kicking off will be number 2, Lorenzo Sandrum. As he kicks it out of bounds, there'll be a penalty, and Brave will get the ball at the 40, I believe. High school rules. And the 35. No, I was correct initially. The 35. No, it is the 40. a little confusion between the refs and the markers, as now they're on the 35 and that's where it is. So that's where it went out of bounds too, so it's not really much of a penalty. So Yonkers Brave will have it on their own 35. It'll be DeJour Holmes, the senior, at quarterback. He attends Lincoln, as Yonkers Brave is a quad team. And a nice little run here by the Brave, and they get a first down on their first play. The running back, Arturo Almengo. And they're going no huddle. No huddle, and they'll wait for the call from the coaches. So 11-yard gain by Almengo on the first play, and they'll fake it, and hit. The quarterback will have it, and Mamaroneck has no idea, and he'll get another first down. So 2 runs in a row, and Mamaroneck gave up 23 yards on 2 runs for the first plays, as that was a keeper by Holmes, and the Tigers are defense a little flustered early. 42, the ball will be 1st and 10 from the 42 after they got the ball on their own 35 to start the drive on the kick out of bounds by Sandrum. As I was saying before, the quad team of Lincoln, Palisade Prep, Riverside, and Saunders. Quarterback goes to Lincoln, Holmes. As they're waiting, and this is how they were able to get the big yards. They kind of wait, they call the play, and Mamaroneck's not ready. That one will go right to the left, and a good run again by the small running back, Almengo. About 5-yard gain.
Brings up a 2nd and 6.
Arturo Almengo. It looked like he got more than that, but they gave him only 4. 2nd and 6 from the Mamaroneck 39 with 9:35 and counting. And no huddle. The Brave will put Joel Avales in motion, but he comes back to his spot. And they're waiting and waiting. And their 4th play that they run for offense is just short, or maybe might have got the first down. No, they mark it short. So just short.
Tackled by Randy.
3rd and 2 from the Tigers 34. 5th play from the Brave offense will be a big one here. 3rd and 2 from the Mamaroneck 34, and they dropped the fumble. They fumble it, but we got a flag on the play. Flag on the play. And let's see, this is a big penalty, as it was picked up. I think it was recovered by Mamaroneck, but it was fumbled by Almengo. But was it offsides? Might have been. That would be a first down for the Brave. We'll get the call from our officials wearing the mask. As the officials discuss it. Wow, so that's a break for Yonkers Brave, as it was a false start, so it'll be 3rd and 7 instead of the fumble recovered by Mamaroneck. It'll be false start happened right before, as they tried to blow it dead, but they weren't able to until the play was over. So it'll be 3rd and 7 from the Tigers' 39-yard line. That's a break for Yonkers, because if that play went through, they would have fumbled and it would have been recovered by Mamaroneck, and the Brave will take a timeout. So Yonkers Brave will take a timeout. Big 3rd and 7 here. 8:48 remaining in this first quarter. 7-0 Tigers on a 45-yard run by Damari Hamilton, just transferred back to Mamaroneck here on LMC Media.
The LMC Media production van is a fully equipped mobile production unit. This custom-built van has cutting-edge professional video and telecommunications technology, high-definition cameras, and accommodates a full production crew. Interviews and events can be easily live streamed from remote locations to the LMC cable channels and social media. This mobile unit allows for broadcasting from anywhere in our tri-municipal community and beyond. Sporting events, graduations, concerts, festivals, parades, and more. The LMC Media Production Van is ready to go whenever you need it.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, I'm Troy McGraw, our LMC Community Sports producer in the van behind the press box. I'm in the press box is Rob Moretti, Sean Riley on camera above, Sean Kelly, Sasha Mich as the other camera person. As it'll be handed off, and they'll get, whoa, a good run as he was down about a yard after a yard gain, but pulling forward was Elmingo. About 3 or 4, and they'll make it a doable 4th and 3. 4th and 3, they'll go for it on their own 35.
We'll bring up on 4th and 3. Let's get behind our defense.
8 minutes, 20 seconds and counting. Big 4th and 3 for the Brave. They've had a good drive here. They've gotten 2, 3 first downs, 7th play of the game. They had that break with that penalty on the false start, so they didn't fumble it 2 plays ago. And it'll be Holmes who will get the snap. The senior will get it. Hand off. And he'll get a yard, but he'll be down and he'll stopped. So stopped at the line after gaining 1 yard, so he's 2 yards short. Yard and a half, 2 yards short. So it'll be 1st and 10 Tigers from their own. Actually, he only got a yard, so he didn't get anything. They stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 35 here as they take over for their second drive of the game. 4 minutes and 2 seconds gone by in this game. And we'll stay right here as the offense is on the field. And it'll be Cox who will take over. Once again, completed 2 passes. One was a good one from about 20 yards, and that's a little pass, shovel pass to 25. And he'll take down a couple players as that is Jack Ramsey. Flag on the play, it's a hold, in the area of a hold, and they blew it dead, so this one's coming back, holding on the offense. So big break there for the defense as they'll go, instead of it being a 30-yard gain on the pass to Ramsey, it is all for nothing as it'll be 1st and long. The holding. 1st and 12.
1st and about 12.
Even though it backed them up only 2 yards, it saved the Yonkers Brave about 33 as it backs them up 2, and instead of Mamaroneck gaining 30 yards. So it'll be 1st and 12 from their own 33. Something. Official. Oh, the officials are questioning the spot here. First game for everybody here on LMC Varsity Sports. And the spot was correct. Fakes it, he takes off, and he'll get close to the first down, and he get it, and he's still in bounds, and he gets 27 yards by Jason Cox. Looked like he was tackled 3 or 4 times. And they'll move. He went out of bounds at the 50. So it did look like he did go out of bounds at the 50. I didn't think they saw it because they didn't stop him, but now they realize that he did. And it'll be a 13-yard gain, enough for a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 50 as he went out of bounds. Clock stops. 7:35 left in this first quarter. And it's still 7-0. Tigers driving. Got the ball to start the game. Scored on 4 or 5. And Cox runs it again, and he will get 14 yards, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the Yonkers Brave 35-yard line. Cox faked it to Hamilton. Hamilton's only run of the game was for a 45-yard touchdown, and there it looked like he was going to get it again. Basically, Hamilton had it in his chest, and Cox kind of just ripped it away instead of giving it to him, and it's 1st and that's a false start by about every lineman. That happened in the NFL game last night. Dallas, every lineman was offsides. The ref said had a false start. Ref was like, false start, every offensive lineman. That's about what just happened there with Mamaroneck. So it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 40. 1st and 15 from their own 40 for Coach Vitti's Tigers. Coach Vitti in, what, his 10th season? Double digits now, right, Barry? For Coach Vitti here at Mamaroneck? Yeah, more than 10 years for Coach Vitti. As that'll be close to the 1st down, but that's about, as Rob already told me, he thinks this is Coach Vitti's 13th season as head coach at Mamaroneck. Which would include last year's spring season. As they hand it off on 3rd and 5, quick call, and he's short. So Mamaroneck will have 4th and 3 from the Yonkers Brave. That was Hamilton, his 2nd run of the game, and that one was a lot different. First one was a 45-yard touchdown. That was about 2-yard gain, if that. It's in the back. They're going no huddle. Now it's 3rd down, excuse me. Offside.
Flag on the play.
On a couple members of the Yonkers Brave, and that'll be a 1st down. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Yonkers Brave 24.
I will give the Tigers down.
Hamilton next to Cox, as he has been the whole game. Run about 12, 13 plays, and he's been next to him the whole game. And that one is a pass, and he will score a touchdown just into the end zone in the corner. Running in was Sambone. So Sambone on a 25-yard touchdown that threw it about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, and he then ran it in the touchdown and had a stretch to see that one, but he scored it, and it's a 13-0 lead. A 1st touchdown pass for Jason Cox. And the Tigers lead 13-0 with the extra point coming for Daniel Day. First catch for Bone, too, in the game. And that one is inside the post, so it'll be 14-0 lead for the Tigers. Bone 2 for 2 on extra points, 14-0, and when we get back, we'll see the Brave offense for the 2nd time. We'll be right back. LMC Varsity Sports.
Number 16, Brown, back to receive.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, I'm Troy McGraw. We are here at Memorial Field in Mamaroneck, our 2nd kickoff for Mamaroneck. So they got the ball to start the game and scored. Another kick out of bounds. So Sondrum will kick it, and it'll roll out at the 32, and that penalty will give it to the 35-yard line. So that's where the Brave will start 2nd time. 1st time they got it on the 35. They marched all the way down to the Mamaroneck 30. 5 where they were stopped on 4th down. Saw 6 running plays from them. More than that, actually. Closer to 9 or 10. The door. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports. Yeah. As they're here. And they'll pitch to the Brave running back. Actually, and they'll get a 5-yard gain. That's Castellanos, halfback. Second and 5 for the Brave, and they get the play from the sidelines. And Mamaroneck's defense is, they're anxious to play, but the Brave are taking their time, and that's part of their offense that they're running. The timing was just on time there, and it's a keeper by Holmes, and he's topped for a loss of 2. So it'll be 3rd and 7 from their own 38. They're not moving him. They gave him the spot, so it's 3rd and 5. So
Let's go.
3rd and 5 from the Brave 40-yard line. 4:22 left and counting in this first quarter. A big play here. Last one looked like a sack, but they gave him the momentum. Holmes, and he goes around, and he tried to slip it, but the 2 linemen, 58 and 25, that's Ramsey and Dudden. Big Ben Dudden got the tackle for a loss of 2, and it's 4th and 7. And we'll see the punt with special teams for the second time as they kicked off to start the game, did the Brave. And now we'll see their punt unit for the first time, and we'll get number 31, Manny Romero, to punt. And they're not ready. Coach Vitti is telling his return guy to come back, Teddy Alker, to come up, and Alker does to the 35. He was at the 30. And the punt will be wobbly, but decent kick, and the bounce will go, a good bounce for the Brave. They got 4 extra yards there. It looked like it was going to stop at the 35. Instead, it goes to the 31. So a punt of 34 yards, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers on their 3rd drive. With 3:22 left, and we will we'll stay right here as the offense is about to go back on the field. So the Tigers and see the Brave defense. The Tigers offense coming on now. 14-0, 3:08 to go. 45-yard touchdown run on their first carry of the game by Damari Hamilton, and then a 25-yard touchdown pass from Jason Cox to Sam Bone for the second score. So it's 14-0 with 3:08 left, as those are the 2 touchdowns, and the quarterback will keep it. Cox is carrying, and he will go. Oh, way! That is a 69-yard touchdown run. Jason Cox on the keeper. I think he was untouched, and he was, and Cox has a 25-yard touchdown pass to Sam Bone and a 69-yard touchdown run on that option, and the Tigers lead with 2:54 left, 20-0, as Daniel Day will come on for his 3rd extra point of the day, and he's 2 for 2. Mamaroneck making sure their personnel, all their personnel is there for this extra point. Penalty?
Penalty after touchdown.
Penalty after the Tigers' touchdown. Doesn't look like the refs have announced it, but it's a big penalty. That's 15 yards. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike penalty.
Might have been on Cox for celebrating, but it was unclear. As Coach Vitti wants an explanation, and he'll get it here. What are they going to do? Is that's a 35-yard extra point? I don't know. I think before the game I saw and heard them talking. I think that's just the range of the kicker day, about 35 yards. So we'll see if they go for it. If they're going to go for it, go for two, because they don't think the Cox, after Cox's penalty, they don't think it might be in Day's range. So they have to go for two. But it was a late call. So 20-0, and they have to go for two instead of the one on the 20. That would have been a 35-yard extra point. So unsportsmanlike conduct, and it's not what you want after scoring a touchdown. All right, so now we got confirmation, no touchdown.
That is no touchdown.
But, oh, he stepped out of bounds? Oh, so there was a hold on the 20-yard line? Oh, wow. So Cox's first touchdown run is taken away. He started celebrating, as athletic director Barry Sulman's right next to me. He started celebrating on the 5-yard line, and he went back. So it was a 15-yard penalty where the unsportsmanlike conduct happened. So it's still 14. So it's 14-0 with 2:20 to go. No touchdown, and that's a penalty for the celebration. And now they'll score. Second touchdown for Damari Hamilton, a 16-yard run. So Cox doesn't get his first touchdown run of his career because of the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. I guess he started high-stepping on the 5-yard line, and they did the 15-yard penalty there, so we'll push it back to the 20. And 2 years later, we'll have the extra point, so 15-yard. So 15-yard. 15-yard, and the extra point is good. So a 15-yard run by Hamilton. So they score 2 plays later after we thought they had scored, and with the high-stepping, penalty on the unsportsmanlike by Cox pushed it back to the 20. So they wind up scoring 2 plays later. And Damari Hamilton's second touchdown of the game. He's got a 15-yard touchdown run and a 45-yard touchdown run, and the Tigers lead 21-0 as Daniel Day has his third extra point. 2:12 left. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports.
Need technical support for your next meeting or presentation? LMC Media offers full-service meeting management virtually, in real life, or a hybrid of both. Our staff can run your meeting or webinar, set up for in-person audiences to interact, or provide a professional space for you to stream. Contact us for more information at info@lmcmedia.org.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, they actually missed the extra point wide. So the third kickoff out of bounds. This one goes out at the 25, but it will be enforced at the 35 as that's the penalty. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 35 for the Yonkers Brave, who could use a quick touchdown here, get on the scoreboard.
First and 10 for the break at the 35.
2 minutes and 7 seconds to go in this first quarter. Mamaroneck up 20-0. Brave bunched with Brian Castellanos, the one wide receiver out. 3 men, 2 to the right of the quarterback, to Jor Holmes, and behind him we have a new running back. And they hand to him, and he gets it, and it's a good run. First down. First run of the game for Romero. He gets an 11-yard run. Burst of speed right up the middle by Manny Romero. So there's a fullback, but small one. So 1st and 10 from their own 46 after the third drive in a row that they started on their own 35. They had a punt, and they were stopped on the Mamaroneck 35 on their first drive. So because of the kick out of bounds 3 in a row by Sandrum. Wonder how long they'll continue with that. How many more out of bounds start the on the kickoff. And a fumble is loose. And miscommunication by the Brave there, and the ref is looking. And the fumble is recovered by the Tigers 25, Ramsey, Jack Ramsey. So Jack Ramsey comes out of the pile with the fumble. He had that 35-yard catch earlier in the game that was negated because of the penalty, so a redeeming play for him. Fumble recovery. As him and another Mamaroneck player right there, they had more of a jump on it than the offense from the Brave on that play. On that second down play. First and 10 from their own 45 after Ramsey recovers the fumble. Longezo Sandrum with the 18-yard run, and it's 1st and 10 from the Brave 27, and they'll go no huddle, and they'll quickly try and get the Brave not ready, and they are ready, and it's a tackle by the defensive lineman for the Brave, Jovan Suarez, as it's a 6-yard gain by Sandrum. So a 20-yard gain on his first carry, and then a 6-yard gain, and they got him again. Second time he was off. Second time the Brave have been offsides, and that has resulted in a first down. So that 2nd and 4 will be a 1st and 10. 1st and 10 from the 17. Tigers up 21-0 with 20-0 with 18 seconds. As they'll fake it. They had the quarterback, and they fumbled, and it's picked up by the Yonkers Brave, and he could go. He could take it. Almango goes all the way to the 22 to 20. What a hustle by Nicholas Obregon. Obregon came out of nowhere. Obregon with the touchdown save as it looked like Almango, who picked up the fumble as he was tackled by 3 Brave players on the sack, and then Almango took it from his own 35 all the way down to the 19 of Mamaroneck, the 20 of Mamaroneck. The end of the quarter, so they'll switch sides as the quarter is over. So Almango took it 45 yards, picked up the fumble, and it looked like he was going to be home for a touchdown, but Nicholas Obregon with the tackle of the game, as he was able to catch up to him and tackle Almengo as he tried to make one last move, and Obregon got him. So at the end of one, Yonkers Brave will take over at the Mamaroneck 20, trailing Mamaroneck 20-0. 2 Damari Hamilton touchdown runs and a Jason Cox touchdown pass to Sam Bone as the Tigers lead 20-0. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports.
LMC Media's YouTube channel is where you can connect to your community. You can easily find your favorite videos in a playlist or keyword search. Videos are added daily relating to your community, weekly updates, talk shows.
Welcome to another community conversation. I'm Michael Witch for LMC Media.
How-tos, and municipal meetings. Stay connected through video. Check it out and subscribe.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports. So the Brave, when they took over down 20-0 at their own 35, they went to they fumbled. Mamaroneck recovered, and then 3 or 4 plays later, they fumbled, and we almost had a 65-yard touchdown fumble recovery from Arturo Almengo. Instead, he was taken down, and they'll pass for the first time. They'll float it up, and it goes over the defensive back, Prince Alvarado. So he couldn't make the play for the Tigers, Alvarado, as it was the Brave was looking for Tazzy or Brown, the wide receivers. Said it's 1st and 10, had him, but it was a little short. From 2nd and 10 now from their own 20 for the Brave. After their, to end the quarter, the first quarter was a 30, was on the 35. It was a 45-yard touchdown, 45-yard fumble recovery and run by Arturo Almengo after the big tackle by Nicholas Obregon. And this one is fumbled, and that's recovered. So we've had 3 fumbles. Is that the 4th fumble? 3 fumbles now by Yonkers Brave. So they fumbled 3 times, and it's been recovered. And that was and they recovered one of their own. So Mamaroneck will take over 1st and 10 on their own 30 as it was recovered there by Walker. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports as Jack Ramsey recovered his 2nd fumble of the game. That one he recovered, was able to pick it up and got a couple more yards, but then he was down. So good run there. They grabbed onto his jersey and he was able to still get away by Hamilton. Damari Hamilton with they were on their own 35 and he's on the other 45, so that's 20 yards. 21-yard gain by Damari Hamilton. 1st and 10 from the Braves 45 now. Which is where they recovered their last fumble, and they had actually, I think it's their only fumble. That's their 2 fumble recoveries, and that's a run. Obregon with the sweep run, 45 yards. And the Tigers lead 26-0 with the extra point or 2-point conversion coming. Obregon 45-yard run. After that great tackle that saved a touchdown, if he didn't get as they wound up getting a fumble, and now he gets that 45-yard TD run after his saving tackle. Saved a touchdown on that fumble recovery by the Brave. So they'll send out their kicker for, he's 2 or 3 from extra points, Daniel Day. Looking to go 3 or 4. Holder is Rhett Chambers. Day's kick is right down the middle. 3 for 4 now for Daniel Day. 27-0 Tigers. And we'll be right back on LMC Media.
think brought a sense of community to me. I really do. I think it made me want to do more for the community because I liked what I saw.
Thank you for watching LMC Varsity Sports. We hope to continue this service of streaming our school's varsity sports matches, but we can only do this with your support. Visit lmcmedia.org/donate and make your contribution today and keep this program going.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, so like I said before, I didn't know how many times they would have Sandham kicking with that when he went out of bounds. So now Daniel Day will kick off as he's 3 of 4 on the extra points, and that's a squib kick, and that'll go out of bounds. They went after it. 4 kicks out of bounds by the Tigers. Hamilton and Damari Hamilton was racing, and so was Andrew Glinsky after they did that. I know that's not what they were trying to do, but they had a shot at recovering it for an onside kick, but instead it goes out of bounds as it was too fast to Damari Hamilton and Andrew Glinsky. So Day kicks 1 out of bounds after Sandram kicked 3 out of bounds, and the 27-0 lead for the Tigers is despite 4 kicks out of bounds, which gave Yonkers Brave the ball every time they kicked out of bounds on their own 35. Which in high school, about the average field position, I imagine, because you don't have any kickers kicking. So when they tried to, so they kicked it out of bounds, and a fumble again! And it's recovered by Mamaroneck, as that was Almengo who fumbled, and it is recovered by number 20. That is Paneros. Will Paneros. Small linebacker Paneros gets the fumble recovery, and it's so it'll be 1st and 10. That's the fumble recovery Paneros. That's either the 3rd or 4th fumble recovery of the game. Let me know, Rob, what you think. I think the 3rd. No, the 4th. Yeah, we'll say I think the 3rd, because I have 2 by Ramsey and now the 1 by Paneros. I don't know. I don't have anyone else. Sandrum, the senior, on the carry for 3 yards. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Took a yard back, so 2nd and 8 from the Brave 38.
Check. 1, 2, 2.
And they might have fixed Coach Carver, who's the basketball coach, legendary basketball coach here at Mamaroneck's PA, Mike. So he's doing the PA announcements. He is doing a great job, but the mic yet coming in and out, and it looks like they fixed it, as that's a pass to Sandram, and he'll get a 20-yard gain on that pass on the from Jason Cox. So it'll be a 20-yard gain there, and it'll be Tigers a little less than 20 yards. It was all said and done about 15-yard gain. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers from the Brave 23 as they hike it. And it's good defense by the Brave, as losing his helmet and then making the tackle. He has to come out, though. A big loss, as Sandram was tackled for a loss of 5 yards by Rosario after his helmet came out, and I think the refs should have blown that dead when his helmet came off, but they continue to play, and he got the loss of tackle. 2nd and 15. Parent voluntarily came up to the press box, and he's fixing Coach Carver's mic. That's Barry Suleman, athletic director, clapping.
Shout out to Seth Chin.
Cox with the pass, complete. Oh, penalty flag. But there's 2 flags, and Rhett Chambers.
Flag on the
So that's 2nd and 15 on the pass by Cox. Chambers. And it's against the Tigers.
Against the Tigers.
Holding. Push him back. Huh? Second.
1-2-1.
Oh, we have an injury on the field. Joel Valles. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Trainers tending to him.
This is the recovery facility at 169 Mount Pleasant Avenue. We have representatives from the Red Cross, the County Department of Social Services. We have the National Guard representing the New York State Department of Financial Services. We have volunteers from other organizations. We have FEMA. We have the County Department of Health to deal with people who may need some emotional counseling. We're providing them space to meet those clients in private, and we're trying to process hundreds and hundreds of residents who were affected by the floods. The first thing to do is, if you can register online at disasterassistance.gov for English, and it's disaster.gov/ES for Spanish. If you have the ability to register online, you can do that. But anyone who was affected by the floods, if they can't register online, they can come down to here. We have volunteers to help them register. It's open every day. The hours are 9 to 5. We will be open this weekend as well. Our goal is to, accept and work with anyone who comes here.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, find the holding penalty after that catch was negated. And good to see Joel Ovales, the defensive back, halfback, just a sophomore from Riverside High School. He's out, and rare case he's actually on the Mamaroneck sidelines because the trainer is Mamaroneck's trainer. So that's where the table is. Cox runs into a man. He fumbles, and it looks like the Brave have it, and they do. Cox kind of tried to get an extra yard, put his hand out, and he did, and we got multiple guys injured. One on Mamaroneck, one on the Brave. We'll be right back. Yonkers, as a Yonkers Brave player and Mamaroneck player are both down. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Trainers getting extra work tonight, unfortunately.
Do you have a great idea for a YouTube video or a short film, but don't know how to make it happen?
LMC Media has what you need.
Our equipment cage is stocked with professional quality cameras, tripods, lighting, sound, cabling, and more. Our 768 square foot studio features a full lighting grid, wraparound green screen, teleprompter, TriCaster, and high definition cameras.
To reserve equipment, contact us at reserve@lmcmedia.org.
Need technical support for your next meeting or presentation? LMC Media offers full-service meeting management virtually, in real life, or a hybrid of both. Our staff can run your meeting or webinar, set up for in-person audiences to interact, or provide a professional space for you to stream. Contact us for more information at info@lmcmedia.org.
So to summarize that last play, that was one of the craziest plays. Most things probably happened on that play in the game so far. Jason Cox ran it down, made a man miss. Then he had the ball too open. He got hit hard by Yonkers Brave, and they are looking for a safety here, and they gave it to him. Safety. The official says safety as it's the player right here, number 1. I think the tackle is by number 1, Hamilton, Damari Hamilton. So who had the first touchdown of the game. Hamilton, Ramsey, and Matt Summer. But on that play right before, it was he fumbled. The quarterback, Cox, fumbled at the 5-yard line, and it was recovered. And about Troy Conlon and for Mamaroneck and Logan Brown for Yonkers Brave both got hurt, but both walked off. So that's a safety and two points for the Tigers. So 6:30 left. Safety will give it to Damari Hamilton. Matt Summer and Jack Ramsey. And we'll be right back, LMC Varsity Sports.
Hamilton and Oprah set to receive. Fans, nice ladies around with Buck. Give help our flood victims. Thank you in advance.
So after the safety by Matt Summer, Damari Hamilton, and Jack Ramsey, they were all in on the tackle of the safety as the Brave just tried to run it up the gut, but they were stopped for loss of 2 or 3 yards. Late player coming in for the Brave as they'll stop. So they decide either to punt or kick, and they decided to punt it. And number 10, Tazzy, will punt it, and it's taken by Mamaroneck's Obregon. Nicholas Obregon took it at his own 45 and got to the 38 of the Braves, so a 17-yard punt return. And they'll start there as Coach Vitti has a wide smile on his face. Why wouldn't he, as his team leads 29-0 here on opening night.
First and 10 Tigers.
Cox back in, and next to him is Hamilton. And Hamilton is just so fast. He had first down run on his own 37. He takes it all the way to the 13. So that's a 24-yard run. As burst of speed as he had a 15-yard run and a Cox on the carry running, looking to redeem himself after he had that 69-yard touchdown run negated by the unsportsmanlike at the 5, which Rob Moretti says was not, shouldn't have been the result, but which is true too. Even if that occurs, it's the unsportsmanlike should have been on the thing. I remember I was at a college game about 12 years ago and the guy had an unsportsmanlike and I pushed it back and they missed the extra point. And yeah, even if it happens on the 5, it was a touchdown was the result. So that's a rule that, I mean, and if the game was closer, that would have, and that could have been could have negated and not scored like they did. Could have been a big talking point. On that play, they run out of bounds, so 2 stops in a row by the defense, and it's 3rd and 11.
Third for the Tigers.
So it's 3rd and 11 from their own 15. Cox throws it. He's got a man wide open. Touchdown. Nice pass by Cox. 6. That is Chambers. Rhett Chambers. One of the. What was that? 16-yard touchdown pass. His second touchdown pass of the game. He had a 25-yard touchdown pass. That pass was about 3 yards forward, and Bone ran 22 yards for a touchdown. This one was thrown about 20 yards, and it was caught about 6 yards deep in the end zone. And it was a 16-yard touchdown pass to Rhett Chambers. 35-0 after that safety before, and that kick is no good. Wide? Just wide right. So 3 of
3:51 left in the first half. Tigers.
So it's 35-0, and we'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Is now Daniel Day is 3 of 5 on extra points, but they're at 35 because of the safety. So we'll be right back on LMC Media. After this. So we're back here on LMC Varsity Sports. Day will kick off for the second time, and it's the first Tiger kick that doesn't go out of bounds. And it is recovered, as they've had 4, recovered by Rosa, Athiel Rosa, after the squib kick by Day. Second time he kicked it, so one of his kicks stayed out of inbounds as Sandrum, Lahenzo Sandrum's kicks went all out of bounds, as we're now at a running clock. Producer Rob Moretti, yes, we are. $35-0, 3:13 and running. Switch the play. Braves started after they fumble recovery. The best position was on the 20 from Mamaroneck, but then they fumbled on the next play. And they got down to the Mamaroneck 35 on their first drive of the game after Mamaroneck scored when they got the ball to start the game at 7-0. It was making it interesting as they got down all the way to the 35, but they were stopped on 4th and 3. So that made it 35-0. As that was a 1-yard gain on that run for the Brave. 2:15 and counting. Oh, fumble as it goes through, but recovering it was the Brave. Number 5, Ovales, Joel Ovales, who got hurt earlier in the game, recovers the fumble as it went right through him on the pitch, as Holmes pitched it to him, and it went right through him, and that results, it was 2nd and 9, and that results in a loss of about 14 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 23. 3rd and 23. As de Jour, Tigers lead 35-0. Holmes, de Jour, Holmes will change the play. Defense backs up. They hand it off. And they fumbled. It's recovered by number 24. That's Auker, Teddy Auker. Who was it? He was either hit by Auker. Oh no, yeah, by Brady Auker, his brother, or Damari Hamilton with the tackle. And with 46 seconds and 46 seconds left in the half, the Tigers will take over after the fumble. And we'll be right back, LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, and they have it after the fumble recovery by Teddy Auker, which in on the tackle was his brother Brady Auker. And it looks like the Tigers will take a knee, up 35-0 on the Brave with 6 seconds to go. And that'll end the first half. So the Tigers will lead at the end of the first half, 35-0. Yonkers Brave will receive the ball to start the second half. So we'll be right back on LMC Media about 10 minutes here on LMC Media, YouTube, and wherever you get your LMC Media TV. We'll be right back. So 10 minutes here on LMC Media, and we'll be right back, second half.
Scenes like this are common throughout the village of Mamaroneck. Hurricane Ida brought torrential rains and a downpour of 3 inches per hour, devastating the community. A lot of residents were once again affected by severe flooding.
We went to our neighbor's house up the street.
They started getting water too, so we left and we couldn't get out of the city, so we ended up finding higher ground, slept in the car all night.
Yeah.
You could see the water marks on the door.
8 feet out here.
Yeah. We really just want the town, the state, the federal government to give us some sort of help to not have this river overflow twice in 10 days. We had 4 feet of water 2 weeks ago in our basement. Now we have 5 feet in the first floor. This is devastating. Our house is ruined. We can't live here right now. It's horrible.
Homeowners and businesses in the Flats area of Mamaroneck were deeply affected. You can see that Columbus Park and surrounding areas were completely underwater on Wednesday night.
Between 12 to 12:30, I was stay on the shop. I was walking here on the shop, and the water is coming everywhere. water is coming full like 1.5 meters, and it's already covered my head. So we was swimming until we was getting out from the shop, and we leave everything. That's the stuff. All of the stuff here is look like damage. Everything we have around full damage everywhere. You know, it's not happening for me only. It's happening for all of village. You know, that's something is. I can't believe that's happened.
I'm at the site of our food distribution site where, as a result of Ida, a lot of our equipment was swept away. Volunteers are now working here to clean up what remains, because our goal is to set up an emergency food distribution in the coming days, hopefully as early as tomorrow. Meanwhile, the Hunger Task Force has donated some food to the displaced persons shelter at the Mamaroneck High School, and we are also making donations to St. Thomas Episcopal Church to help families who are going to be going there. Right now, our biggest need is for donations that we could use to both put our operation back to rights and also purchase the additional food that we're going to need in the coming days and for as long as it takes to help the community that is particularly suffering as a result of the storm.
Right now, I've deployed about 250 volunteers. We had West Point cadets here. We have Mamaroneck girls basketball team. We are very safe with the volunteers to lead them, to deploy them.
We're over at Hillside and Howard in Mamaroneck, and a mom friend of mine gathered up all of our 10 to 13-year-old boys to have a group come over and help the Fuller House. There's so much help needed, and really any age can come help.
And it's just really important for us to give back to our community because we love our community and we just want to help everyone get back on their feet and do anything we can to help everyone.
We are on the corner of Waverly and Mamaroneck Avenue, and we're donating food for people that are in need. We live in an apartment that's like high up, so we were fine, but everyone around us got hit by the flood. I'm doing this because I knew that there's lots of people around here that need help.
So I hit the ground running, and we need your help to do this, but we also need your donations to build our capacity. In-kind donations, contracted bags, utility knives. We need sheetrock knives, and we also need you to continue to help. We're also giving out a lot of food for those who don't have kitchens. FullerCenterNY.org, gutting and mucking, cleaning out, moving furniture up. You know, that's what we're here for. So we're here to help, and we're here to help you if you need it. What has the Fuller Center helped you with so far?
They've done so much. They've done a whole downstairs. They've helped pump us out, helped us with a generator.
I worked for 10 years as a waitress to buy this home. So tired, but I'm so appreciative.
It's understandable you'd be tired.
I couldn't even imagine people being this supportive.
Well,
and
that's
it
what we're
makes
here
me
for.
want to stay here, and it makes me want to make my house better.
It was like a big snow globe that somebody shook up. It was full of water, 5.5 feet tall. Once the window blew out, I inherited a lot of my neighbors' fence posts and mailboxes, and it was just a total chaos. But with the help of Jim and Fuller Center volunteers, we were able to get everything cleaned up, and now it's just a matter of building and getting things back going again.
I've seen the disaster. This is worse than 2007. So that needs to be remembered, and we will recover better than ever, but we're one of the people and the organizations that's going to make it done to help complement all the great things that are going on in the village. FullerCenterNY.org. Please make a donation. God bless you. We'll build better, and we'll celebrate together.
Coalition for Community was formed during the pandemic. There are all of these wonderful partners who have come together to address how we can best serve our communities together without duplicating efforts and to really be listening to the people who can tell us what the needs are. So that group was already in place, and as soon as the flood hit and we realized the enormity of the situation, we have mobilized, and that is the group that is behind all of these efforts that are happening. So we have created a Facebook page for the Community Coalition. Everything on our Sign Up Genius volunteer list, it's a live document. When we have volunteer opportunities, when needs are given to us by the community, we put it up there, and that's how you can jump on and volunteer. We need absolutely no more clothing donations. We've been overwhelmed. Some of the things that are needed to be delivered to St. Thomas are gift cards, gift cards, gift cards. That's the most helpful thing to get into people's hands. Then things like deodorant, water, other things, toiletries and things are on there. But please go there first. Secondly, flooding happens, yes, but there are a lot of reasons why this has impacted our community and the most vulnerable in our community the most. And it has to do with affordable housing and the need for affordable housing to be a reality here and in Westchester.
Why is this happening? Why is there such an epic impact from the flooding? It's not just that people lost belongings or that they can't use their apartment. The real fallout of this situation is that there's no safe, affordable place for them to move to. And that is the crisis that is unfolding right now, and that we want people to be aware of, is that there is the short-term need for clothing or immediate resources, but the long-term problem that we are addressing here is the fact that there is literally nowhere for families to move to. We have upwards of 150 families displaced in the Mamaroneck community alone. Before the flood happened, there was already a crisis around housing that was affordable and safe for families. This has now amplified that significantly. An important term that people need to come to terms with and get to know over the coming weeks and months is ALICE, asset limited, income constrained, but employed. These ALICE residents are folks who are spending upwards of 70 or 75% of their income on housing. That is unsustainable, and they cannot have any savings for a crisis such as this one when they are putting the majority of their income towards housing. So that's what we want to start a conversation with in this community. We want your immediate support, and we want your long-term commitment and visioning around making sure that these neighbors can stay with us and be a part of our community in the home that is theirs.
I live on a second-floor unit in the village. During the storm and after the storm, I thought I'd be okay. I thought I'd be able to kind of go back to my home and everything would be okay, the power would come back on. But, you know, it was condemned uninhabitable, like many other village residents' homes. It's really hard to kind of go and move, and you know, these are some main things that the residents are kind of dealing with. If people say, oh, just move to another town, or you know, go stay at a hotel, but it can cost upwards of $5,000. You know, that covers, you know, the security deposit, first month's rent, second month's rent, to kind of move into a new place. You know, if you're undocumented, it's even increasingly more difficult to kind of go and move into another home. And, you know, if you're a Section 8, if you get Section 8 in the Village of Mamaroneck, you can't really go and choose another place to live because they don't want to lose that status and go through the battles and the struggles of, you know, taking years to kind of get that status back.
So know that another thing that you're going to be hearing in the long term is wake up, get involved, and no longer sleep on this issue, because we need to stand together as a community, and those of us who have a voice need to be a continual voice for those who do not have a voice in this situation.
This is the recovery facility at 169 Mount Pleasant Avenue. We have representatives from the Red Cross, the County Department of Social Services. We have the National Guard representing the New York State Department of Financial Services. We have volunteers from other organizations. We have FEMA. We have the County Department of Health to deal with people who may need some emotional counseling. You know, we're providing them space to you know, meet those clients in private, and we're trying to process hundreds and hundreds of residents who were affected by the floods. The first thing to do is, if you can register online at disasterassistance.gov for English, and it's disaster.gov/ES for Spanish. If you have the ability to register online, you can do that. But anyone who was affected by the floods, if they can't register online, they can come down to here. We have volunteers to help them register. It's open every day. The hours are 9 to 5. We will be open this weekend as well. Our goal is to, accept and work with anyone who comes here.
I'm Alan Dienstag, Clinical Director of the Larchmont Mamaroneck Community Counseling Center.
Mi nombre es Sabina Calle, soy la nueva terapeuta bilingüe en el Centro de Consejería de Larchmont Mamaroneck.
The flooding caused by the remnants of Hurricane Ida has devastated parts of this community. We know that many of you are dealing with difficulties in finding and securing the most basic necessities of life, shelter and food, and clothing. We also know that in the aftermath of a stressful event like this, the weeks and months afterwards, the emotional and psychological toll of this type of stress start to become apparent. So we're here to remind you that we are here providing counseling services and crisis intervention as we have for many, many years. And we want you to know that you can access those services through our website or by calling our main number at 698-7549. We also have a hotline where you can call and speak with a member of the counseling center staff to get information on resources that are available or just have a sympathetic ear. We will get through this together, and we want to urge you to reach out to us if you need our help.
Sabemos que el impacto del huracán Ida causó muchos estragos terribles en cada familia de la comunidad y queremos tener en cuenta de que así como cada uno de ustedes está en búsqueda de poder recuperarse por medio de recursos, con alimentación, con trabajo, con un hogar, tenemos en cuenta que también los efectos psicológicos y emocionales que este terrible evento pudo causar en cada uno de ustedes de aquí a meses o semanas puede también ser considerado, y estamos aquí como centro de consejería ofreciendo nuestro apoyo emocional y psicológico y también nuestros servicios por medio de la línea principal en 698-7549. Si ustedes necesitan recursos o están en búsqueda de una oreja que les preste el apoyo que necesitan en estos momentos, no duden en contactar esta línea, y si quieren los servicios en español, sigan las indicaciones en español para que así puedan recibir los servicios que están necesitando en estos momentos, incluyendo recursos para poder recuperarse del huracán. Estamos aquí para ayudarnos mutuamente y si podemos apoyarlos en alguna manera, no duden en hacerlo.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, I'm Troy McGraw alongside our camera crew, Sasa Mitch, Sean Riley, and Sean Kelly. And as always, Rob Moretti, our LMC Community Sports producer, is in the truck. Right behind us here in the press box as Mamaroneck ready to kick off, but we're waiting on the Brave to get on the field. And for the third time today, kicking off will be Daniel Day.
They got a plan. That's what they told me.
Second half underway.
So he kicked off twice. One of them went out of bounds, but the other one was able to kick and play after 3 kicks out of bounds by Lorenzo Sandrum. So we'll see what Day can do here. First that he kept in bounds, a second kick. And then this was the best kick of the game for the Tigers, and it squibs off of it. And they have to jump on it after he wasn't able to return it. So that was a good kick there by Day. And it'll be jumped on, and the Brave will start with it. That was Joel Ovales who had a jump on it after he bobbled it twice. And instead of when the Tigers were about 8 to 10 yards away, he jumped. Ovales then jumped on it. So that's where they'll start. Best kick of the day by far, and the Tigers will have it. The Brave will have it 1st and 10 on their own 15, down 35-0. Fumbled 5 times today. 4 times. Two recoveries by Ramsey. Actually 3, 2, and Veneros too. And that'll be the run gain of 1 yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 after the
2nd and 9.
So a promising first drive by the Force ended in had it on their own 35 after the kick out of bounds. They got down to the Mamaroneck 35, and then they were stopped for on 4th down and down 7-0, and then haven't been able. They recovered a fumble on the Mamaroneck 25, and on the opposite side of the field, a good run by Ovales. It'll be 3rd, but he stepped out of bounds after about 5 yards. 3rd and about 4 from the Tigers, actually from the Brave, from their own 20. It's dark and the lights are at full. It's harder to see here at Memorial Field. And he'll pass, and he'll throw it, and it'll be intercepted right into the hands Alvarado, and he'll return it to the house. Prince Alvarado, 26-yard interception return. The Prince, from Prince Alvarado, the junior, 26-yard pick six. He was untouched, and the Tigers lead 41-0. So 2nd pass of the game, DeJour Holmes throws. First one was nearly intercepted, and this one was, and it's a 26-yard pick six for Prince Alvarado, and Day will come on for the extra point to make it 42-0. Yeah, no. Day and his holder once again will be Chambers, who had that touchdown. No, wide, no. Wide right. And it's 41-0. So he's 3 for 6. He keeps pushing those extra points now, 2 in a row, exactly like that for Chambers. So he's 3 of 6 extra points, 41-0 because of the safety. So with the 39 points scored with the extra points he's made, and then the safety. It's 41-0 Tigers, 9:26 left here on LMC Varsity Sports. She's going across the field. So we're back here on LMC Varsity Sports as the busiest person on the field. The trainer from Mamaroneck had a run across the field, and a player on the other side has hurt his ankle. It was Peter Singunya. So they waited for that, and then they kicked off, and it's returned by the Yonkers Brave. A good return, a good kick by Day. Another good kickoff. I imagine Day will kick off the rest of the year after Sandrum kicked 3 out of bounds. Even though Day's 3 of 6 on the extra points, he kicked his first out of bounds, but then his next, after his squib and his next kicks were pretty good. So I'm sure he'll be the kickoff specialist now. As after that return, it'll be 1st and 10 from the Brave 40. No, Brave 30. We have 5 or 6 turnovers. I think 6. 6 turnovers by the Brave. 5 fumbles. 4 fumbles, so 5 turnovers. 4 fumbles and a pick 6. 5. And that's a loss of 1 on the run by Elix Perez. But it's close enough where it could have been a 6th. There was one play. Well, Mamaroneck had a fumble too. So we'll stick with the 4 fumbles and the pick 6, 5 turnovers by the Brave, 1 turnover by the Tigers. But on the very next play, the Brave fumbled. One that was nearly returned, but it was a shutout saving tackle by Obregon, Nicholas Obregon. Stop a fumble return by Arturo Almengo. As a quarterback still is DeJour Holmes for the Brave. Holmes gets it. And the run by the Braves. Manny Romero, excuse me. Manny Romero is good for 5 yards. 3rd and 5 from their own 35 with 7:10 and running. Tigers up 41-0. And that'll be a loss of 5 by Romero. 4th and 10 from their own 30. Mamaroneck laid off the field here with the punt. First half, the Brave took 1 timeout. Mamaroneck didn't use any. Really confused here on the punt team from Mamaroneck. And Yonkers Brave will use their first timeout of the second half. So they used 1 in the first half. They'll use 1 now. 6:15 left. Quick 3rd quarter here. We'll be right back here on LMC Varsity Sports. 41-0 Tigers, only scoring in the second half. A pick 6 by the cornerback from the Tigers, Prince Alvarado.
Did you know you can watch LMC Media on your Apple TV in full high definition? Go to the App Store and search for ScreenWeave. Install the Cablecast ScreenWeave channel. Look for the green icon. Open the channel, scroll to LMC Media, and press OK. Your device will remember your selection in the future. From within the app, you can watch all 3 of LMC's channels live. Or check out municipal and school board meetings, varsity sports, and more on demand.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, 6:15 to go in the third quarter, and the Brave will punt from their own 30. Oh, and a bad snap on the punt, and it'll be, whoa, that was some hit late there, and we have a little pushing it, a little in the face there. I don't know what happened, but Mamaroneck's, what was that? Tough to tell. Oh, that was Hamilton came and he, with a late hit there. I don't think they called it. And Vitti will have to talk. The refs are discussing what happened. That was a scrum by the goal line for to either be a touchdown or a safety, and they give Mamaroneck the ball on the Brave 2. After that punt was booted, the long snap went through nowhere close to the punter, Romero. It was recovered by the Tigers, and then we had a little 1 or 2 late pushes. As Coach Vitti is talking to Hamilton. And he's got Hamilton with his helmet off on the sideline. Don't think we'll see him the rest of the night. And he has been their best player in this game too. He's had the 2 touchdown runs, look really fast. He recovered. He had a safety. He had a tackle for a safety, but there was a hit. He had a late hit there. The refs didn't call it, but everyone saw it. So as Vitti knows, yeah. And we'll have a timeout, Mamaroneck, as they have a couple things to discuss. We'll be right back. LMC Varsity Sports.
LMC Media's YouTube channel is where you can connect to your community. You can easily find your favorite videos in a playlist or keyword search. Videos are added daily relating to your community, weekly updates, talk shows.
Welcome to another community conversation. I'm Michael Witch for LMC Media.
How-tos, and municipal meetings. Stay connected through video. Check it out and subscribe.
Thank you for watching LMC Varsity Sports. We hope to continue this service of streaming our school's varsity sports matches, but we can only do this with your support. Visit lmcmedia.org/donate and make your contribution today and keep this program going.
So we're back on LMC Varsity Sports. Coach Vitti still on the field discussing something with the refs. I think it was about the last play, and he'll run off the field. So, Coach, so they'll get the ball in the second. Looks like nothing happened on that play, even though there was a late push at the end of the play by Mamaroneck, but then the Yonkers force kind of didn't push back. They just got in the face, and we'll stop them. Just about to score, like walk in easily, and a good goal line stand by Yonkers, and almost. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And they didn't call. No. Back here on back here on this play. So just talking to one of the Yonkers Brave coaches right next to me here in this press box. Touchdown. Score Wender. Zach Wender, number 22, backup running back with his first touchdown of the game, of the season. 47-0, and Day will get another rep for extra point as he's 3 for 6. That's a 1-yard touchdown run as they the goal line stance on the play before, so a 2nd and goal, 1-yard touchdown run. Zach Wender, the junior backup running back. And they nearly block it, and is just inside. So 4 of 7 for extra points for Daniel Day, and it's
left in the third quarter. Tigers
48-0 as the Tigers have a touchdown, missed extra point, a touchdown, and an extra point. 48-0 Tigers with 2:58 left in the third quarter here on LMC Varsity Sports.
Do you need space for a meeting, conference, or presentation?
LMC Media has what you need.
Our 768 square foot studio space is ideal for many types of productions, readings, recitals, rehearsals, and workshops. The space has video recording capability, as well as daylight temperature lighting, green screen, and stage. 2 additional rooms at 208 and 156 square feet can be used for any of your needs. Auditions, meetings, classes, workshops, one-on-one instructions, and more. Both rooms feature video monitors with Chromecasting capability, making presentations a breeze.
To reserve one or more of our spaces, contact us at reserve@lmcmedia.org.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, and kicking off for the Tigers was they went back to, and good coverage as they return at about 10 yards, 10, 15 yards.
By number 13,
Jack Yeager. And the first kickoff, they gave another shot to Longenzo Sandrum. So after 3 out of bounds, he kicks a good one. And it was a long kick, and it was inbounds after he kicked 3 out of bounds. And Day had a couple, and Sandrum there. Put Hamilton in on coverage there. First and 10 Brave, 48-0, 2:15 and counting here at Memorial Field. All reserves in now for the Tigers, as it should be. 48-0, 2 minutes to go in the third, opening night. Carry for 3 yards by Braves quarterback Holmes. Second and, oh, they gave him a couple progress. So, and this one should be a couple progress too. So it'll be 3rd and 1 for the Brave for their first down since that first drive. They had that good first drive where they got 2 or 3 first downs. Haven't had one since, and it's 3rd and 3. So big play here, even though it's 48-0 for a team for next week. 3rd and 1 now. You want to, get at least a couple first downs. First should be a first down, Holmes. He did. Refs have to discuss. They're not moving the chain. They should. And coach, the ref, is talking to one of the coaches on the sidelines as he was not happy. Wait, didn't they just, it still says 3rd down? As the refs here should move the chains. Hear the radio. 20 seconds. They stopped the clock at 20 seconds. I know, yeah, definitely. Now they move the chains. About 2 minutes ago, we heard that to move the chains, and finally they move them. So first down for Yonkers Braves since their first drive, where they had 3. They didn't get one since. They had about 5 turnovers since then, and they had a punt like 2 or 3 times. So it'll be 1st and 10 from their own, and it should be the last play of the quarter if they run it. Holmes here, the senior from Lincoln for the Yonkers Braves, as once again Lincoln, Palisade Prep, Riverside, and Saunders. Holmes with another carry, and he gets 8 yards, and that'll end the third quarter. And they'll switch sides, and it'll be 2nd and 2 from the Yonkers Brave 43 with about 1 quarter left, 12 minutes. So we'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports, and we'll see if Yonkers Brave can end the shutout. We'll be right back, LMC.
Largemont Mamaroneck, this is your media center. Live mobile production van. In-studio recording. Podcasting. Social media. In your schools. Watching your government. With your neighbors. LMC Media. Building community through media. The LMC Media Production Van is a fully equipped mobile production unit. This custom-built van has cutting-edge professional video and telecommunications technology, high-definition cameras, and accommodates a full production crew. Interviews and events can be easily live-streamed from remote locations to the LMC cable channels and social media. This mobile unit allows for broadcasting from anywhere in our tri-municipal community and beyond. Sporting events, graduations, concerts, festivals.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, clock will start running with a big lead, 48-0, and 2nd and 3 from their own 43. And definitely, you know, the coaches and the players would love to see and would big for their momentum for next week to score and end this shutout. But you got a lot of hungry second-string defensive, third-string defensive players looking to keep the shutout alive for the Tigers. A couple of reserves in, they don't have a big team, even though they're 4 schools. It'll be 3rd and half a yard from the 44 and a half. Spot to gain is the 45. Suspect maybe a QB sneak here for Holmes. And instead they'll fake it. They got his jersey, and that slowed him down. And they stuff him on the sack. 31 was Chris Gramajo. Thank you, Coach Carver. And Chris Gramajo stopped him only for a yard as the refs are with the momentum here. I assume they'll go for it. 4th and 2 from their own 43.
4th and 2.
It looked like it was like a 4-yard, 5-yard loss. Instead, it was just Gramajo just got the sack. Start of the sack, it was only a yard and loss. And they stop him again. Gramajo stops him again, gets a yard. He got a yard, did the quarterback Holmes. Or actually they gave it to Rosa, and he got a yard. It was 4th and 2, he got a yard, and instead he'll be a yard short. Literally, you can just see it, just a yard short. The line to gain was the 45. He got to the 44. 1 yard instead of 2 is what he gained. It'll be 1st and 10 from the own 44. We'll stay here, clock running, and assistant coach Peter O'Byrne doing most of the talking now with the head coach. As Coach Vitti took his headset off and he's having a conversation with his team up 48-0. 9:15 to go. We'll see the backup quarterback for the first time. Oh no, it's Ramoff, Shane Ramoff. Also a junior, him and Cox. Backup quarterback up 48-0, but I think the offense was only out there. I think this is either their second or third time in the half, but this is the first time they've had the ball in the fourth quarter. So definitely with the backup in and the big lead, fourth quarter was all his. Maybe even earlier, but Cox got an extra series. And a good pass by the backup, Ramoff, and it'll be, oh, we got a penalty. Hold. Holding on Jack Yeager, the wide receiver, to give, who caught it, number 22. It'll be negated, but on the catch by Wender, who had the 1-yard touchdown run. So Ramoff's first completion is for not. And what do you know? Joey Gallo hits a home run for the Yankees. They take a 2-1 lead. Big Subway Series. I mean, could have been bigger, but with the Yankees having the bad and the way the Mets have come into play, it's basically the survival series, as the Yankees had the big lead in the wild card, and now they're tied for that second wild card after leading the first wild card. And the Mets somehow have one game under 500 in that NL East. They're 4 games out. Well, they're only 4 games behind the Braves. But Joey Gallo, who I told Rob I didn't know why he was playing, and Rob agreed, and he hits a home run. So, Boone. As that play is a loss after the hold, and that play, 3rd down. Actually, Mets down at 5 games below 500, but still. 5 games, 25. I mean, they're a game below 500. Crazy. Pass complete. Jacob. First punt of the day for the Tigers. They'll come now. Number Barry, who's 28? He's not on here. August. Okay. Barry Silman still next to me. Athletic director Jacob Augustin, not on Rob's roster. Come on, Rob. I got him, and you can add him for next game. Yeah. I don't see him at all, though. Thank you. Number 4 to number 28, Jacob Augustin, as he caught that pass for a loss of 2 yards. And Cox will punt. You can add punter to that, Rob. They're letting it go as long as they can. Oh, what a play by Cox. The quarterback makes a wide receiver-esque catch on the really high snap by the long snapper, and he's able to punt it. What a play to catch it on the bad snap, and then it'll go all the way. What was he caught? He punted from his own 30, and that's about a 50-yard punt. I'll give or take of about the 35. So we'll say around a 47, 50-yard punt, between 47 and 52-yard punt for Cox after a really high snap. That was an unbelievable play by the athletic quarterback Cox, who had 2 touchdown passes He ran for almost 100 yards after that controversial one was taken away. It should have been a 69-yard touchdown run, but because of his penalty, only was credited for 64 yards because he stopped at the 5 and then the penalty. They wound up scoring. But he had a 25-yard, actually, did he have 3? No, 2 touchdown passes. One 16-yard and a 25-yard touchdown pass. Romero with a run of 2 yards.
Pickup of about 2.
2nd and 8. 2nd and 7. 48-0. Tigers. Tigers showing good sportsmanship. They had a pick 6, and then they had a 1-yard touchdown run after recovering a fumble. They have not run up the score at all as they were up 35-0. And they did, a pick 6. There's no way to stop a kid from not getting the pick 6. 26-yard pick 6. Then they had, they botched the snap, one of their 6th turnover of the day by the Yonkers Brave. And then they scored the 1-yard run. I mean, they were on the 1-yard line. How could they not score on the 2nd and goal? So good sportsmanship by the Tigers and Coach Vitti. 3rd and long for Yonkers Brave with 3:40 and counting. A very good crowd here on opening night. All the kids out. Nice weather. Handed off, and a good run by Yonkers Brave. Makes something out of nothing. Romero once again. Andy Romero has been getting the most carries here in the 3rd. And go for it. 4th and 2 from their own 30. They've been stopped twice today on 4th down, and they'll go for it with 3 minutes and 2:40 and counting. And they stopped him.
Got a stop on the play.
4th down.
Turnover on down.
Stopped on the run was Rosario. Was that the big man Rosario? It looked like he ended up with the ball, but he was a lineman. I thought maybe Holmes just was taken down there, sacked for the 3-yard loss. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers with 1:55 and counting on the running clock, 48-0 lead. So been running for a while. So the Tigers will improve to 1-0. Yonkers Brave will be 0-1. Trying to.
Tigers in victory formation.
And they'll take a knee. Good sportsmanship by Coach Vitti. Did this when they recovered a fumble with 30 seconds. With 20 seconds to go, up 35-0 in the first half. And he's taking a knee here to go out the clock, and that's a good job. As I am searching, and I found the schedule. So the Tigers next week will play the Yonkers Force at home. And then after that, they'll play Mount Vernon at home. So definitely should start the year 3-0. And then their first big test would be on October 1st at Scarsdale. At Scarsdale. Then they play Ketchum at home. Then they play at Clarkstown South. And then they play New Rochelle, the perennial powerhouse, on the 22nd. So just 3, 4, 5, 6, just 7 games, and that'll end the game. So the Tigers will win this, that knee, 48-0. I think they didn't score at all in the fourth quarter. 13 points in the third after being up 35-0, 48-0. Looked like it was going to be a good game. Yonkers Brave had 2 runs to start the game of 23 yards, and then after that they got down to the 35, but they were stopped on 4th and 2. So next week they'll play Yonkers Force here, 6 p.m. It will not be on LMC Media. But a good game for the Tigers. Amari Hamilton, 2 touchdown runs and a safety on the tackle, 15 and 45 yards. So they won 48-0 did the Tigers. And the first game with Jason Cox as the starting quarterback, Coach Vizzi in what we think is his 13th season at the helm, starts 1-0. And winnable 2 games coming up against Yonkers Force and Mount Vernon. And then their first test will be at Scarsdale. So Tigers are 1-0, Yonkers Brave 0-1. A lot of people to thank for today's telecast. Our camera crew was upstairs. We had we had the camera crew and Rob Moretti in the truck. Sean Kelly, Sean Riley, Sasa Mitch was our camera crew, and once again, Rob Moretti is the Yonkers, is in the truck, was the producer for the sports department as Mamaroneck sings their school victory song here, and right in front of us. And the Matt Sullivan is the executive director of LMC Media. And once again, I'm Troy McGraw saying thanks so much for watching and have a great evening.